Medical profession, once considered to be one of the noblest profession in the world. However, today the patient-doctor relationship has almost diminished its character and has become more formal and structured. Good evening, everyone. Myself, Dr. Neha Singh, on behalf of Raigad IIP and Maha IIP, welcome all the respected dignitaries, my seniors and friends. Today, on 17th Feb, we are celebrating the medical doctors. Now, I request Raigad IIP President Dr. Vikas More sir to please welcome all the respected dignitaries. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Neha. I, Dr. Vikas Murray, I welcome all dignitaries from all over India, especially our President, Dr. Basavaraja sir, Dr. Vasant Kalatkar sir, they grace this occasion, and our own respected Ram Gopal Chejara sir, Dr. Amol Pawar for their consistent blessing on IIP Raigad. And we know this is a very important day. IIP medical legal branch has got this new day. So we want to celebrate this day with the CME with experts like Dr. Mahesh Baldava and Dr. Hemant Gangulia. I'm so happy that people are more and more interested in the legal matters and they have to protect themselves. Over to you, Neha. Kindly go further proceedings.
Thank you, Vikas sir. Now I welcome and request Maha IIP President Dr. Ram Gopal Chejara sir to give his blessings.
Good evening, everyone. Respected Basavaraja sir and Vasant Kalatkar sir, respected Baldava sir. On the part of my IIP, I welcome you, and I thanks Basavaraja sir to introduce the new day in the history of IIP. I think medical legal was ignored all the years, but with the efforts of Gangulia sir and the medical legal chapter, the new day has been introduced. And for that, I congratulate IIP Raigad also that they have started this program on the same day. So, congratulations Raigad IIP. Over to Neha.
Thank you, Ram Gopal sir. Now I welcome and request our beloved Central IIP President, Dr. C.B. Basavaraja sir, to give his blessings.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Neha. Respected our National President-elect, Dr. Vasant Kalatkar ji, and Maha IIP President, Dr. Ram Gopal Chejra ji. all over India, राम का जप चल रही, महाराष्ट्र में राम जी का जप चल, and our Secretary General of Indian Academy of Pediatrics of presently is a Maha IIP, but he will be in the future Central IIP. That is our Pawar ji. So this is a very important occasion in the history of Indian Academy of Pediatrics. We all know medical legal protection is one of the important things. This is came from a medical legal chapter. Recently, it was a group. In the last few months back, we converted into the chapter with the great help from our veterans in the field of medical legal chapter, Dr. Mahesh Baldava ji, Hemant Gangulia ji, and Satish Tiwari ji, Satish Sharma ji, now J.K. Goyal, and all they put it. And they not only the medical legal chapter, which is doing with the stalwart, now of late, our Ram, even though he is a Maha IIP president, is a very passionate about the medical legal. When we were discussing in the national conference, even though he had a family function, but to make him to come to the national pedicon, his best way is give a medical legal chapter topic so that he will never miss it. That's how we pulled him into the national conference at Kochi, even though with the family function we did not have. So I am very happy. Raigad branch, which is led by Vikas Moreji, Ajay Kohli secretary, they all took things with the great effort from Neha. Neha is doing an excellent job. Last few years, I am watching her. She's really done a great job and supporting Dr. Amol, Dr. Hemant Gangulia ji, now Ram ji. So really, she's doing a great job for an academic work. And always our Raigad branch, which has been well mentored by our Hemant Gangolia ji and all the stalwarts. So really Raigad team is constructively contributing to the not only the MAHA-AP and other subspecialty also with the guidance of Dr. Vasant Kalatkar, our national president-elect. Really, you are all doing a great job. And medical legal awareness is in a need of the hour because with the busy schedule of a practices, most of the time we'll forget about what is the law which is existing in the country. How do we cope up? We all know that each state government is coming out with a laws like a clinical establishment bill and registration of the clinic and lot of consumers things which is coming up in the court. So all these things which is very much required to be create an awareness among the our pediatrician. In that way, the moment the proposal came, unanimously it has been passed from this year onwards. 17th of February will be celebrated across India as a medical legal awareness. And not only knowing the laws, we need to bring the consumers, that is our patients, and these one also to be aware about the thing. And also as an IAP, what really good thing we are doing it for the community. This is a high time for us to reach to the community also. So I am sure Raigad and medical legal chapter, all the things will contribute constructively. And MAHA-AP, our Ram is always there to do any work which has been assigned. He is such an asset to the Indian Academy of Pediatrics. So we will all work together, take the academy to the greater heights. And अमूल का बारे में तो ज्यादा बोलना नहीं है, मैं अभी बंद कर लेंगे. Thank you. Wish you all the best. Our Amul is there always.
Absolutely right and well said, Basavaraj sir. Thank you so much for all your blessings and best wishes. Now I request Central IIP President-elect Dr. Vasant Khalatkar sir to give his words of wisdom. Over to you, sir.
Good evening, all, and greetings from Central IIP as well as where I am, that is in Pune. So I'm on way to Jaipur actually. So because of rescheduling of this my flight, I am attending one function at Pune. So I because it was 6 Basavaraja, our president, Dr. Chejara, secretary, Dr. Amol Pawar, Hemant, Nehal, and all the dignitaries attending and all delegates. It's really, first I want to congratulate Medicolegal chapter for attaining this goal and having the day celebration, what they wanted. So I never thought the yesterday born baby will be so vibrant. इतने जल्दी बोलना भी चालू कर देगा. I never thought, and today I saw this. It's I think second day of this baby, second day only, and the baby started walking, talking, everything, and that's the greatness of this student. This is a really neat devotion, and all those people, Dr. Satish Sharma, Dr. Sanju Gupta, and our heroes, Dr. Hemant Gangolia and Satish, and all those people. They're really, I don't know why Navi Mumbai is so much. Navi Mumbai and Raigad is very much vibrant about this chapter. I don't know, because I thought कि only Satish Tiwari was there, but now New Mumbai. I think they are having so much problem over medical legal. I think so, because who can know the better and utility of the chapter than me? Because I am the sufferer of the public that patient grievances. 7 years before I survived with this it's an attack on me, and I could survive with because of your blessings and good wishes. So there is a really need of this chapter, and very good. So we will do the best of the best for this chapter. Yesterday only I assured you all that we will do the best of the best to raise this chapter height to highest height. And I once again wish you all the best for this activity. All the best, Dr. Chejara and Dr. Amol Pawar, Dr. Neha, and all our MAHA-AP people. Thank you. Thank you once again.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Basavaraj sir and Vasant Khalatkar sir, for so much of blessings and well wishes. and finding time from their busy schedules and joining us today. Now I would also like to thank Central IP for accepting and announcing 17th February as the Medical Legal Protection Celebration Day for the doctors. Now I request Central IIP EB member and Maha IIP Secretary General Dr. Amol Pawar sir to please share his views. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening, respected President Dr. Basavaraja sir, President-elect Vasant Khalatkar sir, Dr. Ram Gopal Chezara sir, President Maharashtra IIP, Dr. Mahesh Baldava sir, past President Maharashtra IIP Hemant Ganguly sir, Neha, and all the attendees of today's webinar. I forgot to mention Dr. Vikas More sir, my good friend and mentor, who is Raigad IIP President. Raigad IIP is always one step ahead, and in small branches in Maharashtra IIP is always ready for academics and innovative things. And to contribute to Raigad IIP, Dr. Neha, Dr. Jay Bhandarkar sir, Dr. Hemant Ganguly sir, then Dr. Vishal, everyone is contributing a lot. And in last 2-3 years, for Maharashtra IIP also they have contributed a lot, and everyone has seen the hard work taken by Raigad IIP team members. I also thank Dr. Basavaraja sir for granting the Medical Legal Protection Day this year onwards, and 17th February. Today is the Medical Legal Protection Day, and it is need of the hour. And I once again welcome all the delegates and hand over to Neha. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amol sir. The eminent medico-legal expert for today's session are Dr. Mahesh Baldava sir. Sir is senior pediatrician and senior medico-legal author advisor as well as founder chairperson of Medicolegal Group. And our second expert is Dr. Hemant Ganguly sir. He is scientific convener of National Medico-Legal Committee and past president of Maha IP 2022. Now I hand over to Dr. Ganguly sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Dr. Neha, and all respected dignitaries on the dais and all the attending delegates of this webinar. I will just share the screen first. And so, to start with, all our respected dignitaries, Dr. Basavaraja sir, Dr. Vasant Khalatkar sir, as well as Dr. Ram sir and Amol, have expressed their need for this day. And as everybody has been said, 17th February been declared as Medical Legal Protection Day for doctors. And on behalf of IIP Medical Legal Chapter, heartfelt thanks to the CIP President, Secretary, as well as the OBs, EBs of the CIP to grant this day and accept our proposal. As said, there are in this era of consumerism, and also Vasant Khalatkar sir has said that one thing I would like to say, unless and until one gets stuck by this problem, medical legal issues by practicing, then only one thinks of joining this group or thinking of the medical legal. Otherwise, most of the people think that they know each and everything. Unless and until they get struck by some mishap, then only they realize the importance of this medical chapter. In fact, I think so. In all chapters, medical legal should be a part of that. Let us consider infectious disease chapter. Let us think of critical care. Everywhere medical legal issues are related. So I think so, because we have both current year president and future president to think to relate all chapters with the medical legal issues arising out of that specialty of the pediatrics, to think over it. And in this era of consumerism, we always have 4 elements of fear, violence, stress, and therefore the need of protection. And how do we get that protection? So this is the famous 17th February 2009 when this landmark judgment was given. The details will be discussed by our expert Dr. Mahesh Baldava sir. But just to say that, and that made us to think, because the first National Medical Legal Conference, totally medical legal, was held at Lucknow, and in that we thought of doing some survey which relates to of practice during this current era of consumerism. So just we made a survey, and therefore we had a medical legal conclave during this conference at the Lucknow, where the dignitaries or the panelists were the judge, were this retired medical administrator. We had police officer also, and we had advocate also, and we had many questions to that. To just give a glimpse of the questions which are related to these four things. Basically, Google form was used, 20 questions were asked, and all the 20 questions were asterisk mandatory to fill, and all the information was kept confidential. And then this was a study which was done by IMA, and almost everybody knows this study. 80% of doctors are stressed out in their profession, and 46% fear violence in their main cause of stress in many doctors. One of the question was that, do you think, I will just run through these slides, do you feel that the media is broadening the rift in doctor-patient relationship? Almost 95.3% said yes. Then the another question was, many times media uses insensitive words to malign the image of doctors in case of mishappening. 98.7% responded by yes. And then we feel many times that media often publishes one-side story against doctors, and more often we see the breaking news appearing on the page number 1, and then if anything happens, any sorry is there, it appears in the 4th or 5th page of in a corner, the whatever they say. So almost 98.7% say yes in this, and therefore there are media news clipping where CGI is stated that there is always media trial, and before the court announces a judgment, there is always media trial. This should not happen. And then question number 6, whether many times the police is acting contrary to Supreme Court directives given in judgment for the safeguard of doctors. And yes was 87.7%, though there was this judgment is also related, Martin D'Souza case law, where there are certain directives given by Supreme Court, but still it's not followed by the police station in many of the peripheral, and still they are not aware of that. So we have to make them aware, and therefore we can get the protection. And 87.7% said yes. And then, do you feel that the police is reluctant applying for the Medical Legal Protection Act in case of violence against doctors and hospitals? This act was implemented in Maharashtra in 2010, but the conviction rate is very, very less. Almost only one case where I remember it was were convicted. So, and many of the police stations do not know. So, 96.6% say yes, police is reluctant to apply for the Medical Protection Act. And then these are the newspaper clipping, questioning to judicial charging, budding doctor in IPC 304. Actually, it should be 304A, but 304 is applied. And Supreme Court already stated 11 point norm on medical negligence, but still it is not followed across the country, many areas. So we have to just sensitize the thing. And have you faced violence in the form of threat, physical abuse, mischief at your workplace? And 65.7% said yes. And more often we sail in the same boat, but we never share our thoughts, we never share our experiences, and we never share the bad things. When we share, the things get easily, and we come to the solution how to go about the things. We should start sharing whatever many of them came their secrets, whatever they face in the while practicing. Then, do you agree fear of violence in criminal prosecution has reduced your willingness to take up serious cases? And almost 91.9% say yes. And therefore, we see the closing of nursing home also. And no treatment list, whatever is there, is a low-flying list of aviation sector. So thus, this should come to medical field. More than 86% say yes. And do you fear of criminal consumer protection while doing medical practice? And these are the mixed response. Always is the 30.5%, most of the time 37.5%, so 3%. So most of the time we have the fear in the mind. And these are some newspaper clippings, and the fear of prosecution doctors, and these all the newspaper clippings coming in the and doctors are avoiding risky operation due to prosecution threat. This is one of the survey done, and therefore we find small nursing home also closing down because of this. There is a lot of workload teaching medical profession, but still we are fortunate that still our profession, still the people believe in us. 59% believe in doctor and 57% and scientist and 52%. So still we are on the top of this, whatever the भरोसा जो लोगों का है अपने पर अभी भी ज्यादा है. So, and therefore we come to this important case law, Martin Disa. We will not discuss in detail, but one more thing, whatever stated by the dignitaries, whatever the case laws are there, whatever the laws are there, one more thing is that Clinical Establishment Act, which is not still implemented in Maharashtra state. It is pending with the Financial Committee since 2015, but probably we will soon Clinical Establishment Act also being implemented in Maharashtra state sooner or later. Probably I feel, my feeling is that probably after election we will have this Clinical Establishment Act coming down. And so what is this Martin D'Souza case law? We will hear from the expert, but just to say only 2 or 3 lines what I want to say. Martin D'Souza case says not to arrest doctors, not to harass doctors, and whenever any mishap occurs, it has to be referred to the committee of doctors, and that committee of doctors will decide the prima facie of the medical negligence, and if it is there, then only we will have the proceedings occurs. So before this year, I will just talk for 1 or 2 minutes, and then we'll ask Mahesh Baldawa sir to say on this Martin D'Souza case law, or we will do one thing. Whenever sir will share his slide, we will ask him, sir, and that time we will ask the questions to you, sir, on that slide of the Martin D'Souza case law. One more important case law is Jacob Matthew case law, which everybody should know, and therefore, in short, whatever Jacob Matthew case says, we should practice whatever the reasonable degree of skill and knowledge we have, and we should stick to the standard care of standard protocols. And probably with this thing, these 2 cases, one more case law is there that Dr. Baldawa sir will discuss, and we should be keeping all this knowledge to us. And therefore, this 17th February is celebrated as a Medical Legal Protection Day for doctors, and this is because the judgment was given on the 17th February, and we will in further course of webinar we will find what is important, how one gets a practical implementation, and what are the implications. And one more thing I want to assure, the people used to get frightened with the medical legal group, but this medical legal group, which was found in 2009, when the founder president was Dr. Mahesh Baldawa, founder secretary was Dr. Satish Tiwari. For the last 1 or 2 years grown up, and it has turned into a chapter. And I will appeal all the pediatricians, all the doctors to join this, all the pediatricians to join this IIP Medical Legal chapter. We will circulate the Google form also, and we thank great efforts taken by current chairperson Dr. J.K. Gupta and secretary Dr. Satish Sharma to have this day on our IIP Medical Legal chapter, as well as converting the group into the chapter. And it's my appeal to each and everyone to become a member of this group. And to conclude, what we thought this to make the people aware, or the police station awareness. This letter was drafted by our Dr. Mahesh Baldawa sir, and it is to be distributed and submitted on all police stations. IG, DIG, Superintendent of Police by every branch of Indian Academy of Pediatrics acting on behalf of Medical Legal Chapter of IIP. IIP Raigad branch also drafted the same letter, and this letter is about the things which Dr. Mahesh Baldawa sir will highlight on this point. And this letter, with today being Saturday, most of the officers are not available, but definitely we are submitting this memorandum. It has been kept ready at Alibag. So on behalf of IIP Raigad, we are going to submit this memorandum to the SP at Alibag by our colleagues of Alibag, Dr. Vinayak Patil, Dr. Rajendra Chandorkar, our mentor, Dr. Raji Dhammankar sir, and all other pediatricians of Alibag, Dr. Parvez Sheikh, Dr. Aditya Chole, Dr. Sagar Kedu, and Dr. Salaka Patil. All this will be accompanied, and because he was not available today, so they will be going on Monday and submitting and send. If in case Vinayak Patil is there, I will ask him to share about this and about this letter. And therefore, I request all the attending webinar, all the office bearers of Maha AP, please see to that this memorandum reach all the police stations or the at least district headquarters, all the districts of the Maharashtra, and therefore, and because they can issue one letter to all the police station mentioning the Supreme Court directives. So it will be benefit, will be act as a protection for us in case of any mishaps, in case of any problems occurring while practicing. With this letter in front of our screen, I will just request Dr. Mahesh Baldava sir to highlight the main points of this. Yes, Dr. Mahesh Baldava sir, please highlight what is the importance of the letter, why we want to send to give to everybody. Yes.
The police, as we know, when the death or disability occurs, the patient party files an FIR and they apply whatever section they want. And instead of 304A, if they apply 304, then it becomes culpable homicide. So then the punishment is more. But we actually at present are only answerable under 304A, and the punishment, maximum punishment for that is 2 years or fine. So it is a bearable offense, and the police does not apply that, then they can harass the doctor and they want the doctors to dance to their tunes. So we wanted police department to be aware about this Supreme Court judgment of Martin D'Souza and Muhammad Ishfaq, Jacob Matthews, Kusum Sharma versus Batra Hospital. All of these Supreme Court judgments are outlining that under Article 141 of the Constitution of India, they are supposed to follow this law and not to arrest and harass the doctors unnecessarily. Thank you. Over to you, Dr. Hemant Gangulia.
Yes, sir. And because we have seen one of the memorandum which was released by the police headquarters in the state of Tamil Nadu, and which is a very good, which I will share it in the group, and we expect on same lines which will be issued in Maharashtra state. So it will be very useful to us. And one more point I want to say: everyone should have these case laws in their mobile. They should read word by word, and it is very important. And when something happens, one can have that in defense. If we have this soft copy in our mobile, when police approaches us and when we go to police station, of course we should be humble. We should not. We should be soft in talking. We should be able to show this, so they also know because this doctor protection is not on the priority list of the police station. When one goes to the police station, they have lots of other works to do. But when we say about this, then they get aware of that, and probably we have the soft corner and we have a good approach. With this, I will stop here, and then we will go to our next speaker, Dr. Mahesh Baldava sir, who is a founder president of IIP Medicolegal Group. It was formed in 2009, and he is always constant inspiration to everybody, to us. We have learned lots from him. He is I can say, encyclopedia of all the case laws. They are all I can take tongue tip. So he can tell any case law at any time, and he has lots of book to his credit. So I will request, because our importance, because what we are celebrating today, we should know what is the importance, how one should apply practical implementation, and what are the implications of practice. We are here to have, we don't want to make the fear of it, but we want to have a relaxed, and we should be very peaceful. So I will request Dr. Mahesh Baldava sir, if he is able to share, he will share his slides, and when the slide of Martin D'Souza comes, that time I will ask you, sir, 1 or 2 questions, and then you can complete your slideshow. Please share your slideshow, Dr. Mahesh Baldava sir.
Thank you. Thank you. I am so grateful that chapter, actually little bit correction to Dr. Hemant Gangulia sir. 2007 it was registered. In fact, the seats were from 1994. We tried our level best, but we registered in 2007.
Yes.
So it is my dignitaries on the dais, Dr. More, Dr. Chejara.
Sir, to correct, because you have started work almost since 1998, I think so, because I attended first CME of your in the year 2001 in Mumbai, sir. So long, but registration was done. Yes, I agree, sir. Thank you, sir, for correcting.
Thank you, sir. All the delegates, my friends, and I will just share my screen.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Am I audible and visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Of course, as Dr. Hemant Ganguly said, someone has a case. I never had any case, fortunately, but I have written so many books. It has become my passion now, and I keep on writing. I have added to my armamentarian Dr. Hemant Gangulia and several other authors, new upcoming budding authors, and many more to join who are attending today. They can contact Dr. Hemant Gangulia or me, and we'll definitely provide some opportunity for you to write on these topics. How does medical? First of all, let me clarify the new 2024 goals of our medical legal chapter, that we want to be now pediatrician friendly. We don't want to make you live under fear. How does medical legal knowledge affect the life of doctor? Remove stress, fear of law, moment to moment, helplessness, anxiety. All professional doctors too can make errors. This is the black line is quotation from the Martin F. D'Souza judgment. So all professional doctors too can make errors of judgment, but if they are punished for for it, no doctor can practice. This is the quotation from there. Importance of Medical Legal Protection Day is creating awareness, awakening that law is helpful and not against doctors. Decision of Martin D'Souza was a landmark Supreme Court judgment in favor of doctors pronounced on 17th February. That's the reason on today, 17th February, we are celebrating this day. Hence, on this day, every day, IIP shall celebrate this day, Medical Legal Protection Day, with new theme for each year. And this is again the quotation from the Martin D'Souza judgment. The law, like medicine, is an inexact science. One cannot predict the certainty of outcome in many cases. Martin F. D'Souza is an excellent judgment by Markandeya Katju and Justice R.M. Lodha, worth reading, and after downloading from net. Judges are not experts in medical science. This is the exact quotation from the judgment itself. Rather, they are laymen. It is somewhat difficult for judges to decide cases related to medical negligence. And indiscriminate proceedings and decisions against doctors are counterproductive and serve society no good. These are the actual words written in the judgment. Then, same thing is quoted in the Jacob Matthews. In the Martin D'Souza, don't worry, know the law. Law is favorable to doctors. Jacob Matthews' case says that it is stated that a simple negligence may result in civil liability. Only damages can be imposed by the court of law after proving the negligence. And proven gross negligence, recklessness may result in criminal liability. Bail is a rule. Arrest is an exception, if at all. Mandatory for police and criminal court to get medical board opinion. That is a very important thing. Without getting a medical board opinion, they cannot proceed with the medical negligence case. Now, this under the italics and underlined, this again a quotation from the judgment. In the realm of diagnosis and treatment, there is ample scope for genuine differences of opinion. Doctor is clearly not negligent merely because his conclusion differs from that of other. These are the sum of the golden lines from that judgment. Now, I want Dr. Gangulia sir too, because Martin F. D'Souza ends here, and subsequently I'll go to another. So if he wants to ask anything, he can ask me.
No, sir. These case laws, I think so. Each one should read. But how does it help in the practice of the general pediatrician across the state or across the place?
See, the next slide is about this. Practical knowledge of the criminal negligence. Don't worry, criminal negligence only affect, you have to need to know only three: IPC 304A, death due to negligence, and measurable permanent disability due to medical treatment, IPC 333, 37, and 38. Mandatory for prosecution. Those who prosecute you, they should obtain medical board opinion before proceeding in police charge sheet and criminal court. As per Jacob Matthews, standard care has to be judged in the light of knowledge available at the time of incident and not at the time of trial. This is the most important thing. So one need not be afraid. there has to be mens rea, then actus rea, then all this should be supported by the medical board opinion. If they say there is some kind of negligence, then they can proceed against you in the criminal law. In civil law, practical knowledge as to what is the civil negligence, don't worry, doctor need not appear in the court of law if the lawyer is appointed. Cases filed in CPA for alleged negligence by patient for death and disability, and doctor is free. Doctor is free. In there, the prosecution has to obtain. Here, doctor is free to obtain as many expert and eyewitnesses as much he likes and submit in the court of law. See, so the ball is in your court.
Yes.
You can always go to your friends, colleagues, your subordinates, assistant, in case they are alleging their delay, there were mosquitoes in your hospital, there were rats, this, that, all that can be countered.
Yes.
Before proceeding in the court, submit your IPD papers, OPD papers, discharge cards, transfer notes, medical literature, etc. You are free to submit. No one can prevent you. If they don't take on record, send it by speed post, write to registrar. So don't be afraid of submitting. Even if the judge says, I don't want to accept it, you send by any other method so that it is in the records and proceedings of the your civil case or consumer protection case. So this possibly answers.
Yes, sir.
Practically, what is civil and criminal negligence is answered here.
Yes, sir.
There are a lot to say, duty and dereliction and all those things which are meaningless for us, but
Yes.
this is practically what it means to an average pediatrician.
Yes, sir. 2 or 3 take-home messages I want to say, because I do get the calls most of the times by our colleagues. One more important by this case law, one should remember, if any mishap occurs or if anything happens, and if any FIR or any FIR complaint is noted, is done in the police station, most often police station, see, it takes the time for the procedure to occur, and everybody knows that. But the important point what I want to say is that whenever one gets the call from the police station, please, before going to police station, you ask your lawyer, or I would like to say medical legal expert. Recently, in the last week only, I got one of the call from my colleague, and then, but already the statement was given. I said, whatever is stated in the police statement, you should have not stated. So always consult what you are going to say, and because once the statement is documented and the whole process starts from there, and they take the statements, all the person involved in there, they make the report of it, and then it is transferred to the committee of doctors, and when the committee of doctors will decide the case of prima facie negligence. So we should not worry. We should keep in a peace. At least it takes 2 to 3 months to compile that report. And it is, but the important step for our doctors, practical, I am speaking very practical tip. Whenever you are called in police station, please consult your lawyer or medical legal experts what you are going to say, and never hide any whatever you wrong you have done, never hide from the medical legal expert. He will make out the solutions, or he will give the how to give that statement. Is very important, because in 1 or 2 cases I have seen, in fear doctor has given wrong statement, and that becomes the problematic for us. And one more thing, whenever one gives a statement in the police station, whenever the statement is written by the police, but we have to sign it. Before signing it, please read correctly each word, and if it's any correction is needed, you just ask police to correct. Need not fear. Whatever you want, you have to state according, because you are signing. Once you sign, that document belongs to you, that you have stated, and whatever has been stated is to you are declaring. There is like a declaration of the whatever the things you have done. So please be careful. Probably this is the one more important message from, and one important message what Dr. Baldava sir said in this consumer cases. Always, whenever we get the notice, when we are replying, always attach. He has said n number of expert opinion, but at least 1 or 2 expert opinion should be always added to the consumer. Yes, sir.
Thank you very much for value adding to my statements. Death of a patient during treatment, don't worry, keep OPD, IPD, ICU, death summary ready and inform police. And never hang yourself like Archana Sharma. She did not know the law, and she thought patient is dead, so even the police or judiciary, everyone is going to hang her. So she decided herself to commit suicide. That is very bad. So here again, the importance of knowing law. If you know the law, you will not resort to such extreme step.
Sir, 1 minute.
Disability in a patient.
Sir, 1 minute. Sir, 1 minute. Here also, whatever the sir has stated about Dr. Archana's Sharma, what I got the call last week was same thing. This police made that fear कि आपको अगर आप ये नहीं करेंगे तो आपको arrest करेंगे. But then he said the things to me. I said to him, 100% you will not be arrested. So that gives a little bit relaxation. So the point take home is if you are in distress, please talk to the person whom you have trust, whom you have faith, maybe good criminal lawyer, maybe good medical legal expert, anyone whom you have faith or trust as a senior person. Yes, sir. Sorry to interrupt.
And one thing to note, criminal actions are never quick.
Yes.
It takes a lot of time because medical board opinion takes a lot of time before they can prosecute you or even do whatever they want. Now, disability in a patient, which is a very common thing, you know, and IV going out and then there may be amputation, etc. You can always consult someone. But in this particular Martin F. D'Souza case, the patient became stone deaf after amikacin injections. He was a CRF patient. His life was saved because of the serious urinary infection. So download this judgment, read carefully, fight the case as per the law. Every disability is not a negligence. One has to eviscerate eye if it is danger to the life, amputate the limb, bleeding organs has to be removed like uterus, kidney to save the life. That is the most important. And if you are able to prove in the court of law with proper wordings, with the help of your medical legal and lawyer, then the court will never hold you responsible like in the case of Martin F. D'Souza. Now, anaphylaxis is a known drug reaction. We just don't know. There is no marker available to us except for doing a skin test. But so many times you cannot do even skin test except for some drugs like penicillin, etc. So, known drug reactions, diagnose, treat, resuscitate, refer, and document. Anaphylaxis judgment, still a classic, is a Gujarat High Court judgment, State of Gujarat versus Maltiben Shah, and this one should read. It is available in the internet. Known drug reactions like Stephen Johnson and TEN, don't worry. Know the drug reactions very well. Diagnose, treat, resuscitate, refer, document, SJS and TEN. Read the Consumer Dispute Redressal Commission West Bengal. This excellent judgment of Sujit Das versus Dr. Dilip Pradhan. This is the latest July 2018, which is available on the internet. And these are the some things, you know, unless you have the history of allergy, it is very difficult to predict anaphylaxis and SJS and TEN. So one need not worry. One should just because we are dealing with allopathic drugs, and 3% of allopathic drugs are known to cause these kinds of reaction. Maybe minor. The severe reactions are rare, fortunately. Complications during treatment, don't worry. Quote, every complication is not negligence. These are the two great judgments, you know, Kusum Sharma versus Batra Hospital, where 11 guidelines, which is popularly known, which are given there. You read these 11 guidelines and you will come. It will be a solace to you that whatever, even if there is a case against you, you will be relaxed. INS Malhotra versus Kriplani, in this multiple perforation during laparoscopic examination of the peritoneum, and there was no link between death and these perforations. The court said that, and they never held the doctor liable. Even in Batra Hospital, they never held the doctors liable, even though they perforated duodenum, other gut perforation, they caused damage to the pancreas, etc. But they never held, because everything was a part and parcel of the surgery. So if something is a part and parcel of surgery, one cannot avoid it. And then it will be like, you know, stitch abscess. If you don't cut open, then you will not reach to the abdominal organs. The stitch abscess is a natural outcome. So one, and even injection abscesses. Whatever care you take, aseptic necrosis and antibiomas are known to occur, and they have to be incised. Bad prognosis in patient, don't worry. 4-1, consult, diagnose, treat, resuscitate, refer, document everything. This is National Consumer Commission. Devarakonda versus KR Hospital. Bad prognosis is STEMI. Not every patient can be saved. This one should remember. Heavy expenditure, huge bill. Multiple surgeries result in death of the patient apart from huge bill, hospital bill, no negligence. Huge bill for saving the patient. Karnataka High Court judgment in Poonam Arya versus the President Consumer Group. Now, this is most important because many of my friends, they may be practicing in the various parts of the Maharashtra. Raigad itself is has a lot of rural background. On the latter end, even if you are MBBS, still you can treat the patient, but don't write that you are a pediatric specialist. But if you are DCH and MD, then positively you can write pediatric specialty. Because now we have DM neonatology, DM pediatric intensivist, pediatric cardiology, pediatric GI specialist and neurology, etc., etc. So it is dangerous to write these words, that you are neonatologist, you are an intensivist, you are a cardiologist, you are a GI specialist, neurologist. Avoid that. Instead, you can write, you can practice, you can treat, but don't write on your letterheads and signboards, more than pediatric specialists. So this is my last slide. This is our book written by Dr. Hemant Gangolia, Dr. J.K. Gupta, Dr. Ganesh Kamlik, and several of you who would like to join us can join. Possibly a new book we are coming out with different aspects in the coming year. Thank you very much. Ignorance of law may damage your practice. So be aware, be happy, and join Medicolegal group. Have faith in yourself and in us. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to talk to you. Over to you, Dr. Hemant.
Thank you, thank you very much, sir. You can stop sharing. And really, it was good. One or two important messages I was just want to say that we generally go to police station if we are caught or if we are there in any issue. Just this is a very request to each one of all. You are associated with some of the association. Maybe I am a pediatric local branch, as well as you may be associated with any other association, IMA, whatever association. Whenever our office bearers changes, make a point to visit a police station and just introduce ourselves. That this is the president, this is the secretary, this is the treasurer of our association. Just give a courtesy meeting. So that makes the rapport between the police station and the doctors, and it works. This is I am telling all this from my practical experience. We do more often, and so we have good relations with police at our. But we should be keep the safe distance from them also. One thing. The second, one more thing, very more important. Whenever any mishap occurs, please, that time itself, research the literature. What is the literature for your side and against your whatever the incidents happened, and ask your seniors, ask your experts what are the things, and please xerox all the things. And this all the related to the case law, so you have to be kept. Because recently, for 15 days back, I called one call. I got the call from one of the doctor. It was not pediatrician, but it was surgeon, and it just said their case of 2017 came, and they were not aware of what was the case, and they will get the summon from the court. So whenever anything we feel, we should always keep this record with us. So that time, keep all these things with us. And then, because one more thing, there is a period of limitation act where after any incidents, after there is a period of almost 2 years when the patient can go to the court of law. So with this, I think so the importance of today's day is that we should be aware of this case law. And one more thing, whenever we go to police station, we should have this soft copy of the Daughter Protection Act and this case law, also the Jacob Matthew case law, also Kusum versus Batra Hospital case law with us in our mobile, which definitely help us to whenever any mishap comes. And please, I think so one should share any mishap happens. With this note, I thank Dr. Mahesh Baldawar sir, but we have the dignitaries and we are free to ask open to the attendees of this webinar, and they can ask questions. I just see here our immediate past MAHAIP President Dr. Ramakant Patil sir. Thank you sir for attending this webinar. If you are there and if you are hearing our voice, you may suggest, give your inputs, your comments, and you are always welcome. Sir, Mahesh Baldawar sir, he is one of the
Yes,
we can have one as the author in one of the chapters, and he has very good command in English. I am very sure that if you invite him, he can contribute a good chapter in our book. So Dr. Ramakant Patil sir, please.
Sure. Yeah. Most welcome, sir.
Good evening, Baldwar sir. Good evening, Gangulia sir. I do not deserve those words, but I have got an interest and curious about this, and it is necessary also. I just had one request to make. We will be able to find in literature or in the on net these different case laws. As it was a wonderful letter, only we have to put in our organization name, our name. There is a stamp of IAP. Many times police people feel that we are not enforcing authority and we do not have statutory power. But if there is a stamp of court, High Court or this thing, Supreme Court, then they definitely get fear of that, or at least they do take cognizance. And very important, you said we have to be humble yet firm. Whenever we are approaching the statutory authorities, we have to be humble, inclusive, but at the same time, we have to be firm. That is very important. The second, my question was, or doubt is about a much discussed hype about 304A and BNS 106. So at now it is still not I think in vogue, or it is in vogue. I really do not know, but I think BNS has been implemented. So is it only the duration? The best thing is that we have been absolved unless until there is definite some board, medical board or civil hospital, civil surgeon committee. Till that time, the criminal proceedings cannot be started under 304 or 304A also. The arrest cannot be done. But on the duration of punishment has been increased from 2 years to 5 years. But there is a definite one line also, it can be reduced to 2 years. So what is exact thing I wanted to have opinion about Gongolia sir also and Baldwa sir also.
I will. There are three things. First of all, the BNS is as yet not notified.
Yes.
It is gazetted but not notified. So there are two parts to it. 106 part 1, which is concerning doctors. It has become little worse that in the 304 it was punishment up to 2 years or fine. So even fine would have done, but here is and fine up to punishment up to 2 years, not up to 5 years. That was BNS 2, which is now ultimately what is gazetted is BNS part 1, and it also mentioned about the definition of registered medical practitioner. But there is one catch. There has to be a procedure. So after the procedure death occurs, then it will be applicable. So like for a pediatrician, a dying dead baby comes, so ambu bag or some intubation, etc. That is a procedure. So after the procedure death occurs, then it will be applicable. Otherwise, it will not be applicable to you. For medical deaths, it is not applicable. The other problem is that now judges will have no discretion of giving only fine. They can apply some sentence up to 2 years and fine also. So these are Dr. Gangolia further to add.
No, I think so, sir. You have explained properly, but only the difference which was 304A and 106, the same thing what you stated, because most of the time court at the discretion as to the punishment. The element of punishment is very important. What was the element of punishment? Element of punishment was this imprisonment of 2 years or fine or both. There was the words to or. So there would be imprisonment only, there will be imprisonment and fine or only fine. These were the words. But in 106, there is no option of only fine. So most of the time in the past, most of the courts at the discretion we used to resolve the cases by only just implementing punishment as a fine. But now this is the worrying fact. I do not know how it will get resolved, but 106. Regarding any procedure, that is little bit controversy, but I think so Mahesh Baldwa sir has explained properly.
One more query from my side or comment also, that this Baldwa sir with his studied and excellent review of case laws and wonderful case laws which are there, it was heartening to see that fear should not be there in any case, and that we have to research at that time. Can we use these slides? I want to take a permission of Baldwa sir.
No, you can comfortably use. Dr. Gangolia will transfer to you. You can give lectures on this.
No, we can disseminate in this, like I am here.
Yeah.
Hospital owners association is there in Nashik.
Surely, I'll email you. You send me WhatsApp email on 9322990138 or Dr. Gangolia I will forward to you.
I will follow. I will don't
There is
worry.
no all the people who are on the who are listening to us. If they want to become medical legal, if they want any kind of slideshows, I am ready to give freely distribute them. Without my permission, they can use from my books also. They did not take my permission. The only criteria there should be doctors.
No, Ramakant sir, I think so. We are very kind enough, and I think so. Whatever lectures I given, I have shared all in my PDFs, and which is and most of them I do not want to say, but most of them they are using that slides in their talks. So I will definitely share that. No worry about that. Yes,
because are so heartening and heavy for the practitioners that this will taken out at least by 50%.
Yes,
sir. Yeah, you are rightly said, and thank you very much for this enlightening words. We've been telling we are our friends, but people have been considering us as a kala tika.
Yes, sir. We really want to become friends, and I think so. We see lot of dignitaries here. Anybody, it's open house discussion. Anybody has question because Ramakant
or comments, questions, comments.
Yes, sir. Was immediate past. So I asked him, but I see here Dr. Satish Agarwal, sir. I see Dr. Chitra Kulkarni, madam. I see Dr. Devaraja Raichur, and I see. Dr.
Vinay Kumar is there.
Vinay Kumar is there. Sushma Save is there from Mumbai. Yes. So if anybody has questions, any comments or any suggestions or whatever you want to share, you are free to share. Dr.
Please unmute and share.
Dr. Satish Agarwal, sir. Dr. Devaraja, you are there? Yes, Agarwal sir has come. Yes. Sir, time lete aap.
Welcome, Dr. Agarwal.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Baldav sir. As usual, sir's lecture is just awesome. I was just listening word to word, and the best thing what Ramakant sir said, he takes out the fear. Other after we finish the lecture, medical session, people ask, "You're everything. So should we practice or not?" Because you have so many points. You do this, don't do. But sir has said you do all the things, but do with transparency, honesty, and with proper documentation. I support what Dr. Ramakant Patil sir said, that this material should be disseminated to each and every pediatrician at each and every corner of the country or wherever is possible. My piece of suggestion to Gangulia sir, he is a very good in PPT making. Sir, if you can make PPT of just the case laws, the points and the importance of that, it will be easy because the legal language is very difficult for we people also to understand. Leave apart the common pediatrician, common person. So if you can make it easy to read, easy to understand, probably that will be more useful. And as always, Dr. Baldav said is our help. So we may seek his help, your help, and then we can disseminate the same information. And whether it was discussed or not because I joined late, the credit to this day goes to Dr. Gangulia sir. He only proposed that this day should be celebrated, and that's why we are over here. Over to Gangulia sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. No, it's a teamwork. I always believe in teamwork. That was suggestion which was taken, and thank you very much, Dr. Agarwal, sir. And we because this year we could not, because it was short notice, we could not form any theme. But Baldava sir, we will definitely have the themes which will remove the fear. And one more thing, Agarwal sir, it's the work for you also. Whatever we say, whatever we state, to make in the press, you are very good article writer in the newspaper. So all positive things of this profession should go in the for the layman. I see Dr. Chitra Kulkarni. Dr. Chitra, yes, Agarwal sir.
Be assured, sir. It will go to place. Yes, sir.
Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Dr. Chitra Kulkarni, madam. Dr. Devaraja, you are there? Devaraja is very wonderful person from South. Dr. Devaraja? Can you hear Dr. Devaraja, sir? He has contributed one of the article in the recent textbook, which was, what was the topic, sir? I forgotten the topic name.
Communication skills.
Communication skills. That was authored by Dr. Devaraja Raichur and was wonderfully written. Dr. Devaraja, please unmute.
Yes, sir.
Aap boliye. Yes, sir.
Now, regarding what, sir?
What
And
you
any
what you can
suggestions,
comment on
comment, etc.
whatever Baldava sir spoke, whatever I said, what you feel, what the additions,
I-
additions, inputs.
Yeah, it is really a practical points have been pointed out and helpful for every practicing RMP. I think everybody should become, every pediatrician should become member of medical legal group of IIP and get the benefit. That's what is my message, sir. And
Thank you,
really, I'm
sir.
very happy to be part of this discussion here.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir.
It was a
I
great
see
session
you.
and very practical. Very
Yes.
practical.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, thank you, sir. I see Dr. Neha Singh, Dr. Sirish, Dr. Mohi sir, Dr. Harvinder, Dr. Nishigandha, Dr. Mateen, Dr. Vinay Kumar, Dr. Sushma Save, Dr. Prashant, Dr. Dhananjay, Dr. Jayashri, everybody, everybody, if anyone wants to say, comment or suggestion, have any questions, they are free to ask here. We have still 10 minutes there. Then Dr. Ajay Kohli will wind up the session. He is the secretary of IP Raigad. Ajay Kohli, your comments will be last, and we would like to hear you also. Before that, anybody has to say anything? Dr. Neha, if you are there.
Yes, yes, sir. Sorry.
Your suggestions, your comments, or your questions to Dr. Mahesh Baldava sir. Yeah, because you have lot of questions to Mahesh Baldava sir. So please go on.
नहीं सर अभी ठीक है अभी कुछ याद नहीं आ रहा है सर ऑलरेडी महेश सर ने ऑलरेडी बहुत सारे डाउट्स क्लियर किए हैं आपने भी बहुत सारे डाउट्स क्लियर कर दिए
Yes. ठीक है. So with that, I think so. Dr. Ajay Kohli, as a secretary of IP Raigad, I will request you can ask anybody any questions, any comments, and now it's your turn to proceed further. Please, Dr. Ajay Kohli sir. And before that, I would like to thank Mahesh Baldava sir. Sir, we are very thankful and fortunate, extremely thankful to you. And with only just one call, you are there for us. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, Dr. Ajay.
Thank you, Dr. Ganguly.
Hello. Yeah. Good evening. Thank you, Dr. Ganguly sir. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. Indeed, it is a very and very need of the hour. Sadly, about something which is becoming a everyday occurrence in the life of doctors, unexpected and sad, but true reality which we must face. And some very important topics like communication skills were put forth. So we can proceed. With this, we come to the end of the session. First, I would like to thank Dr. Ram Gopal Chejara sir, President of MahaIP, and Dr. Amol Pawar sir, Secretary of MahaIP, for blessing us and giving us the time for attending this session. Next, also Dr. Vikas More sir, our President of Raigad IIP, who has been very enthusiastically arranging all these sessions. Next, our guests of honors, Dr. G.V. Basavaraja sir, National President for 2024. And Dr. Vasant Khalatkar sir, President-elect, National President for 2025. Thank you very much, sir, for giving a wonderful time. Next are our experts, Dr. Mahesh Baldava sir, and our mentor and founder, Dr. Hemant Ganguly sir. Thank you very much. Also, thank you for all the stalwarts of Raigad IFP, especially Dr. Neha Singh, who is the backbone and who runs the show from behind every time and every time. Thank you very much. Sorry if I'm missing somebody, please point out. I'm actually in a function at present. So with this, we can come to the end of the session. Take care, everybody.
Ajay, yeah, we want to thank you. You have removed time. You have taken time from your function to address us. Thank you very much, Ajay Kohli, for that.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Everybody.
And the last, we want to thank our the Zoom management, technical assistant, everything given by Madam Pallavi Dharmadikari from Nashik. Thank you very much, Dr. You have become doctor now, Dr. Pallavi. So you are Dr. Pallavi. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks for the cooperation and all. All this is possible because of Madam Pallavi. Thank you very much. And with this, we end the session. Thanks. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you.